Alrighty, so I finally have my replacement rim for the Mark IV bike. Now, originally, the rim that's on it is a Shimano Nexus 3-speed with the internal hub. This is just a bog stock single speed with the coaster brake. So there's a couple of things that we need to do before it goes on the bike. Obviously, we're going to be putting the rag joint on there. But first of all, and this is a first for me, I've got to actually put the sprocket on the bike too. Now, it was as simple as that. And of course, to remove it, it's just the opposite. You just go find your opening in the split pin. Get your screwdriver in there and pop it off. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to pop it off with one hand, and I don't want to anyway. Now, after much sweat, grunting, and a little bit of fire, I just used an oven lighter to heat that up. I was finally able to break the thread on the coaster brake. Now, it's got that lovely little curve in it, which is not a bad thing. We'll just put an extra little lip on the top there. Now, this dust cover, it doesn't quite fit into there, and I've heard stories about that before. But that is an almost perfect fit over that ring. Now we're going to leave the dust cover on this one because the rag joint's thick enough to compensate for the height of it. You do pick up on a few tricks as you do, build after build, and one of the ones that I like is when doing the rag joint is covering the heads of the bolt in tape like that. Now, I've just done a line over every 3 bolts, and basically it just stops your bolts from falling back through, which can be an absolute nuisance when you're putting your bits on. Alright, so our 44 tooth sprocket that came with the 4-stroke kit is on the new rim. Now, I've just left my numbers on there for now, just in case I need to true it up. I've bent the coaster brake arm, but I've yet to check it against the bike, because the next thing I need to do is pop that wheel off and grab the tyre off that rim, the tube, and that ring of rubber that's going to help protect the tube from dreaded pinch flats. So while we're here today, we're going to take advantage of the situation and take the opportunity to get this chain set to the new length. Now, this horrendous system works, but it's not ideal. I tried to have the tyre pushed back as far as I can because this rim has chewed out here and it doesn't like to bite very well, and it tends to slip. But as we're putting a new complete rim on with a different sprocket, entirely different, this is the the Nexus 3-speed hub, which means we'll be able to get rid of this shift controller that doesn't work anyway because I lost the spring. So yeah, this is an opportunity to clean all this up and get it working just right. Alright, so we've got the tyre off the rim. As we see, there's my original strip of tape. I did a video on putting that on. But it's an opportunity to see just how bad this rim is. This hub adapter has broken so many spokes. Let's see, we've got one. Well, we're not using this rim again, so let's count like this. We've got one. Oh, there's another one. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 'Alright, we had in total 6 snapped spokes, which is precisely why I will never again use a hub adapter on any of my bikes. I will always just go rag joint. And yeah, okay, it's harder to set up. However, 9 bolts is surely more secure than 3. Now, that hub adapter's staying on there, so is that sprocket. They will never see another bike again. Alright. Now, I was a bit hasty throwing that away because I actually need to peel that sticky tape off and fetch the rubber seal that's underneath it all. Right, so I've taken the little rubber, it's not really what you call a seal, just a cover, I guess, for the valley. Now the tape I've got, Nelly, isn't as high quality as what I had on the other wheel, but it should still provide a measure of protection. Certainly, at the very least, you do need to have something between the heads of the spokes and your inner tube. When I got a flat on that rim before I put the tape on, there was punctures in at least half a dozen spots, and it was because these spokes had you know, shot up into the tube, causing these tiny little like snake bite puncture marks. So I'm going to go ahead and put a few extra levels of tape in, and then we'll go ahead and mount the tube. I've done 2 layers of this tape. Now you just want to be sure you're not getting too far up along here, because that's where the tyre beads and seals. So the only thing to do obviously is stick a hole in there for your tube. Alrighty, so the tyre is now mounted on the rim and the rim's on the bike. So let me just walk you through what I've done. I've taken the chance to get rid of that stupid tensioner. Make sure that that's nice and firm. We've still got a bit of room back here for tensioning if it stretches. Now around on this side, the tension's a little bit looser than what I'd prefer, but I can't really take another link out without making it too short. So what I've had to do here is put a spacer in the frame here, because if I can just get in here, the frame was being bound in so tight that it was starting to rub. So what that space has done is brought the frame back out, and I'm no longer having clearance issues on the frame there. So what I think I'll do is I'll start it up, get it warmed up, and I'll try and take it out on the road and see how we go.